Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the weekend edition. We have with me Coach and Dean. Fellas, how you guys doing today?
It's been a good weekend. Went to the World Halal Food Festival today at the West Ham Stadium. Ate a lot of good food. I'm feeling good.
These people are the stupidest people alive. Hosting a halal festival at a place called West Ham Stadium.
Right?
What's wrong with you niggas, man? Y'all need help, man. So he got the kufi on. He think he holy and shit. You're not holy, nigga. You look like pork. You literally look like Porky Pig right now, my nigga. What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? How dare you and your organizers?
Oh,
haram, buruku lashin.
guys, he's been smoking. Just so you know, he has been smoking. Yeah.
Not even close.
But that makes it a little bit more worrying. I was trying to give you an out here, but fair enough.
No, I will take full responsibility for all of my sins.
Well, I might go smoke some Shagari pack later today.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that, man, later. But listen, anyways, we had a great weekend of football. Let's start in... Wait, Dean, never even asked you. How are you doing today?
He doesn't want to answer this question.
Come on, man. I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm not getting fined. Everything is good. How are you doing?
I'm great, okay?
No, you're
bills
not.
are paid. Hey,
No, you're
listen.
No, you're not. Don't lie to the people. We all know who you support. You're not great. There's nothing great coming from that club right now.
No, my other team plays tonight, so if they lose too, then I won't be great. But I'm great.
I've had many a weekend like that, but then I just gave up on the NFL because racist and stupid rules. So yeah.
Well,
so I just my choice of drugs in American sports is strictly the Knicks, and that's not smart either. But
Well, hey, you have Karl Anthony Towns now. You got that big purr on the roster. So shout out y'all.
The biggest purr, the Dominican's finest. Speaking of Spanish speakers, let's go to La Liga. Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. The Madrid derby was 1-1. They played.
Like for real. Man.
That was a struggle.
It was 1-1, and probably the most entertaining thing about this game is they almost canceled it because Atletico Madrid fans are pieces of shit. And they also threw a piece of shit on the field as well, by the way. Yeah. So that's the biggest takeaway.
Is it, though? I don't know. I thought the goal by Eder Militao... No, I'm kidding. That was hilarious. Like, these motherfuckers came to the stadium rock hard to racially abuse Vinicius.
Yeah.
They assisted the goal, and they lost their shit. Like, I don't understand who you think you're disappointing by getting the game canceled. Because y'all paid for the ticket. Like, I'm at home in my air-conditioned home. If the shit stops, I'll just change the channel. Like, what was the point of that? I don't understand it. Apparently, this was done by their the Frente Atletico Ultras. They're like a neo-Nazi group that the club low-key kind of tolerates, but not really, but they do.
They're not really, Dean. I'm sorry. They absolutely tolerate them, man. It's facts.
Like, listen, man. Anybody that's countering anything we say in this section of the pod with, well, not all Atleti fans. Listen, man.
Eat a dick.
Actions of the club reflect on the fans, on the players, on the management. If Barcelona and Real Madrid had similar issues for years. Got rid of those ultra groups, took their tickets away. Haven't heard that kind of shit since. So there's a solution if they want to embrace it. But we should really be talking about football, even though the football was boring as shit. But here we are talking about a game almost getting canceled and being postponed for 20 minutes, making our recording late, wasting my time. I could have gone to a fucking halal food festival, but fucking working at Atleti Ultras had me stuck at home. But what did we see in the game that was interesting? Something happened, right?
Yeah.
Endrick decided to be greedy and not pass it to Jude.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That's the last time he does that. I can guarantee you. That is literally because had he passed and they scored and they make it 2-0, then the Correa goal is inconsequential, basically. But the football itself, should I say, Atleti clearly wanted to win the game on moments. Issue is they didn't create any moments. And Real Madrid were happy with the draw initially, and I think they sussed them out pretty quickly that Atleti are very, very, they lack concentration on set pieces, and some of Real Madrid's best chances came from wide areas from set pieces, and then the goal itself came from there as well. But yeah, Atleti were uninspiring despite them pressing quite high, and Conor Gallagher encapsulates what they are as far as I'm concerned. So,
I actually enjoyed Conor Gallagher's stylings. I mean, obviously I'm biased towards the man because you always act as if you're too good to watch Conor Gallagher play football, but he's actually a good footballer. Like you don't play at the clubs he's played at if you're as shit as coach thinks he is. So this man went head to head with Luka Modric for a full half of football and did not look out of place. Okay, I'll give him that. But he didn't really do anything today because no one did anything.
I'm going to go on Google right now. I'm going to check Luka Modric's age. Give me 1 second. I'll be back, guys. Hold on.
Can you, hey, man, this whole Google thing you do, people listen to this. Stop doing that. Never again. Don't do it again. Ain't no fucking Google. That gag is dead. It's dead. We all know the nigga's 39. Whatever.
You're telling me that Luka Modric is, pardon me, 38 years old.
So listen, man. Listen, when people read the news articles about this game 20 years from now, it's not gonna say Luka Modric's name in it. It's just gonna say Conor Gallagher went head to head with him. That's all it's gonna.
I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous, man.
Hey, man. All I gotta say is please respect El Bulldog Inglés.
Yes, respect the English bulldog. Damn it.
Pardon me, 39 years old. But okay, no, for real though, just on the whole bullshit that Atleti do, right? So some good insight from what's his name, from Guillem Balaguer and Gatsga Mendieta. Shout out to him. Woo, top player in his day. They're both in agreement that look, Atleti need to be stronger, and they both highlight the fact that these ultras are racist. Like they were both in agreement with that, which was, you know, I think when something is as obvious as that and it's too hard to deny, I don't want to pat them on the back for saying it, but it's quite literally so obvious and it's hard to deny. They straight out flat said, look, these guys are basically racist, basically. And the fact that the club aren't being stronger with them, it sends a certain message. And that's why we still have this problem. That's why there's quite literally human feces on a football pitch. So yeah, there's nothing that they do that will surprise me in a Madrid derby at all.
Have we confirmed that it's human? I just want to know, man.
And that is the poop from the Halal Fest.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't want to think about whether it was or not, to be honest. But yeah.
But yeah, it was a very uninspiring game from both teams, to be honest. You guys are right to call out Endrick. In the moment he did it, I thought to myself, he's a kid. That's what he does. No big deal. But that is a big deal. That game could have been over right there. And I suppose this is why young people have to learn things, you know. So we all knew that was the wrong decision before he made the decision. And it was the wrong decision last week too, even though he scored the goal. So it is what it is. On we go.
On to Osasuna versus Barcelona. Hansi Flick rotated heavily. Osasuna took full advantage. Brian Zaragoza. Yeah.
Yeah, what, nigga?
He had
goal, man.
Yeah, his goal was amazing. And
the one where he rounded the keeper?
Yes.
Oh, yes, that was nice.
Very, very Kanu-like.
That's like the exact opposite physical profile of Kanu right there. Brian Zaragoza is like 5'3".
but the style of it, goodness gracious me.
Yeah, Barcelona have been really good this season. Arguably the best team I've watched. But I don't know that this is what we feared for them, because they just did a few rotations because they have a Champions League game coming up, and all of a sudden they're conceding 4 goals against Osasuna. This is not one of the creme de la creme of La Liga. Like, this should not be happening, coach.
No.
By the way, Brian Zaragoza's mustache is disgusting. But go ahead, coach.
No, I'm totally in agreement with both of you, actually. But we have to remember that Barcelona's first 11, they might be the only top team in Europe where their first 11 is so much better than what they have coming off the bench, basically. Like, the disparity in quality in their squad options is it's not good. Like, who is Lewandowski's replacement?
Isn't like Victor Fort or some shit, or Pau? I mean, just put any two Catalan words together, and there you go.
There we go.
Be some little ass nigga from La Masia.
Yeah, and that's the point. And then Lamine Yamal as well. Like, they're gonna run him into the ground because there's no, and obviously the player of his quality, you're never gonna find someone to recreate what he does. But if we're looking at, for example, for Real Madrid now, you know, 2 teams of similar standing, if Thingy didn't play, Mbappe didn't play today, they still put out Vinicius and what do you call it, and Rodrigo to start the game. They still had Endrick to come off the bench. They still had Arda Güler. I don't think Arda Güler even got on today. So I'm saying that there's just no comparison there. So
but I think a lot of his injuries, though, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
they got some serious manpower hurt right now. You know, with Frankie and what's the goalkeeper that fucked his knee up last week? Ter Stegen. You know, they got Chesney coming in, good for him, even though he was retired. Christensen. There's just every week I see a new little Bass motherfucker or Catalan motherfucker that I've never seen before, you know. So, and that's sort of what's been charming about the fact that they're leading La Liga at the moment, because they've been doing it with a mixture of, you know, like Rafinha, someone that people wrote off that were trying to sell him this summer. He's, after Lamine, he's probably been the best player there. You know, so
I'll give you something funny about Rafinha, by the way, that just jogged my memory. Basically, Barcelona trainers basically told him to start running as hard as he does, because, you know, they track the GPS. They said he runs the most, and they said, please don't do that because you're going to start to break down an injury. So, just fun fact. They said too much dog in him. You can't keep running around.
Yeah, they should say that to the kids, though, because they're playing them a little too much. I mean, honestly, like I said last week, for those who have the patience to listen to us constantly, I think we just need to get used to the idea of careers looking a little different. People starting super young and finishing up before they're 30. And that's okay. They've still lived the dream most of us will never live. So it's not all bad, you know. Shout out Lamine Yamal. Even though they lost by 4, he still had probably the best highlight of, well, not the best, right? That was Brian Zaragoza, but that finish, coach, what the hell?
He's pretty much, I feel like he's, every single time I watch him play, it's like he's added something new to his game. You know, like, it's just like, what else watch when he starts getting up for headers, and then we're going to be fucked, because he still hasn't finished growing yet, so he could fill out at like 6'2". Like, we don't know. So, pause. Yeah.
I don't know, that could be positive or negative, man. You know, like, you look at someone like Kai Havertz, he was a little shorter. We all thought he was going to be the next Beckenbauer. Then he grew a couple inches, and he's been kind of I mean, obviously he's still a great player, but he's not exactly what we thought he was going to be. So I kind of hope he just puts on the muscle and stays at this height, because, you know, but in any event, even if Lamine Yamal doesn't achieve another theme, his resume is already stacked at age 17. Like, he won La Liga, he won the Euros, he's had immeasurable highlights already before turning 18. Hey, man, I hope we get 10, 15 more years of this.
And his dad is cool as shit too, so there's also that.
I mean, he's cool if you're like French Montana or wearing a kufi. Like, I don't know about y'all motherfuckers, man. Like, you motherfuckers still got G-Unit jeans in the closet and shit. You got that G-Unit tank top.
And what about it? What about it?
I'm about to go wear my Nietzsche right now.
You can't threaten me while you're wearing a kufi, okay? Like, you're not fucking Malcolm X. Chill with all that.
I can't. Okay, but when I put on some Jabot jeans, then what?
And you can go threaten a French person, not me.
Real Sociedad beat Valencia 3-0. I can't even finish what I was about to say. Valencia irrelevant as shit. There was a point where we all knew who Valencia players were. Now it's just like, I don't even know who any of these people are.
The only person from Valencia that I currently know is their manager. And the reason why I know who their manager is because I watched pretty much, I want to say, most of his career. Like, so that's the only reason why.
I only remember Ruben Baraja because he defended the racist abuse of Vinny
2
seasons ago or whatever. So that is his legacy in my mind. What he did in the Champions League back in the day, I remember none of it. Great midfielder, though, I think. Was he a midfielder?
Yeah, he was a
midfielder. Yeah.
Right. But I'll be honest with you, Real Sociedad, like, still fun as shit. Probably won't do much again this season, but yeah, Take Kubo, good goal. Somebody scored, I've forgotten his name. Somebody scored an absolute banger in that game. I think it was the second goal. Yeah,
it would have been Oscarson because he scored the 2 other goals. So,
yeah.
Icelandic striker.
Yeah, absolute banger. So, yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, I feel like La Liga is good for a lanky Scandinavian striker like Sørloth and okay, that's all I got. Isak was there for a minute. That's all I got. I'm done now.
You said I looked at their bench. I saw Umar Sadiq and rolled my eyes.
He scored 2 bangers last year, like absolute crazy goals last year. So
fake ass Kanu. Betis 1, Espanyol 0. Lo Celso scored the winning goal. That was it, really. Celta and Girona was 1-1. Iago Aspas, again, making a difference. His 500th game for Celta Vigo, and he's still going. So, shout out to Iago Aspas, man. He's got a lot of miles on those legs, but he's still doing things. So, good for him. Let's go over to Serie A, Genoa, Juventus. Stadium was pretty much empty, like COVID era. It's empty. Juventus scored 3 second-half goals to win away. Vlahovic got a brace. Should have got a hat trick. Sergio Conceição got his first goal. And Juventus's third kit is sold out. So there's that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was really disappointed in that because I was hoping that Genoa could, do something. But Thiago Motta is unfortunately a good coach. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Sweatsuit Tony, but yeah, like, I mean, Juventus are still going to hell. Like, let's not make no mistake about that. Like, they will be going to hell, but there's a very, very positive, I feel like a positive glow around what Thiago Motta is doing, even though they're not quite putting together right now. Normally you can see when shit is going right. And sorry, Tosin, I can use this example, but the opposite of this would be someone like Eric Ten Hag, basically.
Why you sorry to me? Fuck that nigga.
I'm just saying, man. Sorry, but yeah, Conceição, the short little prick. Yeah, no, fuck him and fuck his dad, man. I'm sorry, man. That's all I really want to say.
Honestly, Dean, I was really waiting for him to say that. I was waiting for one of you guys to say it.
I put to get it off. I'm sorry.
I knew it was.
But yeah,
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I want to say low key on Thiago Motta. Like, we've said a lot of nice things about him over the last 2-3 seasons, even before he got to Juventus. And I think the most low key impressive thing about his coaching pedigree, or not the pedigree, but just what he does really, is that his teams are actually much better defensively than he gets credit for. I feel like the teams that get hyped, when we're hyping managers, we talk about what they do on the ball. Mm-hmm. Juventus has conceded like 2 goals this season in all competitions. Like, I was surprised to notice that, but he's also the one that coached Bologna last year, and Arsenal bought one of the pieces from that defense. John Lukumi was supposedly the best of the defenders on that team. So shout out to him, man. He's making Juventus hard to hate, and I hate every fucking minute of it. And even last week, I talked about how he swapped out at Bologna. He swapped out Arnautovic, more of a pure 9 profile for Xerxes. And last weekend, he subbed out Vlahovic. This weekend, Vlahovic gets a brace. Yeah. So maybe the guy's more flexible than I imagined. My bad.
And he's even getting the best out of Weston McKennie.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Just on Weston McKennie, right? He is my
facts.
Yeah, but he is my 2024 Jack Colback. That's if you know, Like, I love me a shit player sometimes, and there he is. Like, I think I like his game, innit? Even though he's shit, I still like his game, and I genuinely do wish him the best. Like, I really hope Weston McKennie just has a great career, whether it's at Juventus or not. But that's my 2024 Jack Colback, top player.
One of my favorite. Go ahead, Dean. Go ahead.
No, it was nothing nice. Go ahead.
Please say it. Please say it.
I'm trying to be a better person, but
okay.
I was gonna say that you basically just described an overweight Aaron Ramsey, but that's okay. It's okay. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's still a great player. That's a great player.
I'll be honest with you. That's if he becomes anything close to Aaron Ramsey he will be very happy with himself. Put it like that.
Well, it's too late now.
I was gonna say one of my favorite things about Weston is the fact that he was so stubborn this year. They wanted to get rid of him. It's like, nah, I'm not going nowhere, dog. I'm here. I'm cool. Like, I'm not leaving. And he's starting. So good for him. Americans, speaking of, Christian Pulisic, he has been scoring. And Milan beat Lecce 3-0. Morata shaved his head.
Yes.
Don't know why, but he shaved his head.
Well, he scored a header.
Yeah, he did. And I mean, Milan looked good in this game. And one of the things that I really like tactically the coach have done is putting Morata right behind Tammy, and it's working. It's working for them. So, question for you guys though, and Dean, you could probably answer this better than Coach does. Is Christian Pulisic the greatest American player they've had? Okay.
No, but he's close. He's getting there. I mean, he has won the Champions League. That's more than you can say for anyone else. And he I wouldn't say was a prominent part of, but he played that year. He was part of the team. And he's. I mean, you got to look at the pedigree. You know, he has Dortmund on his resume. He has Chelsea on his resume. He has AC. These are not clubs you can just ignore and say, oh, you know, he's not a good player. Like, as much as I want to hate on him, Second Amendment Sancho is nice. He's in the top. He's definitely in the top 5, maybe top 3. But I'm still going for Dempsey as number 1. Clint Dempsey is my GOAT until further notice. I need Pulisic to do something really great for America.
Like spit a 16?
No, that's not enough. That's not enough. Because I know that nigga can't rap. I know he can't rap. He vote for Trump. He can't rap. Fuck out of here.
So the boy from Nagadocious is still number 1. Shout out to Clint. Shout out to Clint.
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, he hasn't won the Champions League.
He hasn't?
No, he hasn't, because
he scored in.
We don't count Chelsea.
Who the fuck is we, nigga? Who's we?
So you count Chelsea Champions League, bro?
No, I'm counting this Champions League. Okay, let's not do this. People know how we feel. Let's just move on. This is in America. It counts. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it is what isn't it? I don't really give a fuck about this sport.
It counts in America, not in England. I concur.
But Milan themselves, man. Look, Morata, like I said before, I genuinely feel like it was a great signing for them. And Tammy Abraham was unlucky not to score. I think the Pulisic goal actually came about from hitting the post.
It did.
And then missing another chance, and then him tapping it in the end. But there's a real nice energy and balance. And I feel like the rest of the attackers really work hard now for Leao, because Leao can make the difference. Which is shitty, because I think that's really unfair. Like, he's a great talent, but I don't feel like he's infinitely more talented than the rest, or more established than the rest to command that. Because let's be honest, Morata has, if Leao retires tomorrow with half of what Morata has won and done, he'll be very happy with himself, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there needs to be a bit of an adjustment there to get even more out of that attacking quartet, basically. But I'm very pleased. Go on.
Rafa Leao got the same face as Fernando Chocolate.
Who?
All right, we can move on.
Who the fuck is that?
You know. Maybe I know this all by myself.
I thought you were going to say I show speed, but fair enough, man. Like...
Okay. All right. By the way, Theo Hernandez is an absolute maniac.
Oh, lovely. Sorry, but yeah, the goal was fantastic, and yeah, he's probably my favorite left back.
He doesn't even play left back, man. He just plays left. Athletically,
I think he's just something else.
Yeah,
I don't trust that nigga.
I know a team you do trust, Inter Milan. They beat Udinese 3-2. And my boy, my personal favorite, finally scored. So shout out to Lautaro Martinez for finally scoring and telling coach to shut the fuck up.
Like, listen, man. Even as a fan of the club, I can't have you saying things like that. These are his first goals in 4 months, bro. Like,
I don't give a damn if it's his first goal in 4 years.
4 months. Like, you're supposed to be leading us to win shit. Like, come on, man. Like even Kai Havertz couldn't get away with that shit, man. And come on, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. 4 months.
And Lautaro's already won with Inter, okay? He's won multiple Scudettos, okay? Let him relax.
I guess.
Let him relax. Yeah, he gets leeway. But yeah, those two, him and Thuram, are just funny, man. Like, I just wish those two just was a little bit sharper. But Thuram got an assist. Maduko was trying to save shit, but he couldn't do anything. So Inter won, and they were
having some problems off the pitch as well, to be honest. But yeah,
who?
The goalkeeper. So,
well, I wish him. Right? Oh yeah, I wish him all the best, but he wasn't. I think on the first goal, he almost made an attempt to save it as if his hand was broken or some shit. The ball just dribbled past him. It was really embarrassing. I didn't like it. But as coach says, there's no such thing as a black goalkeeper. So
yeah, we're just not doing that, guys. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, he had a what's it called? He had an issue with his girlfriend. Well,
yeah.
Hey man, we all got issues with our girlfriends. It's cool.
He ain't special.
Get you another girlfriend then, bro. If you got an issue, get another problem. If you're tired of that problem, get a new problem, nigga. Like that's how we do it.
We can afford it, so yeah.
Serie, nigga, get you another problem. Make it white this time or something.
He's actually black. I'm shocked. Lazio 3, Torino 2. Arsenal old boys were going crazy. Nuno Tavares and Guendouzi combined for a goal. Bula Diaz scored and Noslin. So Che Adams also scored today. So Che Adams just went to Italy and decided, you know what, I want to start scoring goals.
Yeah, that's weird. Like he said, I'm not fighting relegation with Southampton this year, so fuck all of that shit. But he just ended up in Italy. It's just, yeah. I'll be honest, I really do enjoy British players going abroad, man. Like, I want to see even more. I really just enjoy it just because I know how stubborn we are, and just with the language shit especially. Like, and just seeing these British guys embrace other footballing cultures and culture.
Yeah, unless it's Conor Gallagher, you prick.
Literally. Dean, I was literally about to say, you just contradicted it.
Let me just be honest here. You guys will never, ever break me in regards to this guy. Because I can never... Okay, here's what it is. He has never, ever played as well, or not even say played as well, just ran as hard as he did against us in the back end of the season against Palace like 3 years ago. So, like, he's never reached that level again. And I want to know why, on that particular day, he took it so personal.
I don't understand why this nigga holds grudges against players that played well against his team. Like, bro, it's his job. It's his job to beat your
Because
team.
you don't do the same to others, that's why. And I want to know
did,
why.
Though. He did. That's the thing. Like, he done all that shit. Like, he scored, when he went back to Chelsea, he scored bangers against Palace. And those people loved him. He shat all over them.
I don't care about Palace. Why didn't you do that against Tottenham? Why
if you don't care about Palace, how come you be at that stadium all the time? You have no loyalties, man. Take that kufi off, bro. I don't believe in you no more. You're damn lie.
Let me be very clear. He didn't put in the same work against United, not against City, not against none of these guys. Not against Tottenham, but us. He wants to play well. Fuck all of that, man.
Maybe Granit Xhaka was just shit that day. How about that?
It wasn't just him to be. It wasn't just him to be. Same thing with Enciso as well, huh? And Enciso wants to try his arse off against us, and then ducks the smoke for everybody else. He's injured for everybody else. I'm sick of these guys, man. I'm sorry. Pardon me, Tosin. Get on with it. My bad.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the rant, Coach. You sound like Ray J on the Breakfast Club. Roma and Venezia. Venezia scored first, and Roma decided, you know what, we're gonna stop this shit right now. And they scored in the 74th and the 83rd, and that was that. They got a new coach, and they've been showing out ever since they hired him. So good for Roma.
Yeah, he changed it at halftime. He went from a 3 at the back to a 4 at the back, and that seemed to make the difference. You know, Brian Constante shot from distance, deflected in, off unfortunately Gianluca Busio. I mean, we got to shout out the Americans, even if they're named like Italians or Croatians. Wait, how come Americans don't have American names? That's a different story for another day. Sorry. I'm hearing all this shit about immigration over here. I'm mad confused. You know, that's all it is.
Can I ask this before we move on from this? Why is arguably, the greatest American footballer of all time called Pulisic?
He's got a Croatian background.
Busio's
got an Italian dad from specifically Brescia. His dad was the one in Brescia, and his mom is a black woman. Don't ask him why I know this, but I do know this. So.
Okay.
He cooked the pasta. Oh man!
Speaking of Como, I said Como. Speaking of cooking, Fabregas is cooking with Como, and they won 3-2. Another Coutron base. Belotti's got his first goal for Como. Looking good for him over there. And shout out to Rafa Varane. Dying in Como is not the worst place to die in. So, amazing career. And he died in Como, but happy for him nonetheless.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think Ratboy is lasting long at Como. Like, somebody's going to take a chance on him very, very soon. Just because of how volatile this is. And I think he's not going to, I don't blame him, but he's just going to be like, this opportunity might not come around, or I might have to wait another 6, 7, 8 years for it to come around again. So somebody in Europe, I'm going to say probably France, in fact, like, are going to be like, yeah. Go on.
What if he took over United?
Honestly speaking, none of that shit surprises me, because United are not operating by any rules or laws of physics. So anything can happen there. But genuinely, I personally think he's going to get snapped up potentially before the season finishes. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, his team is playing some good stuff. He basically has a bunch of spare parts. He has Nico Pez, Sergio Roberto actually playing in midfield. He played as a right back for most of the time. We saw him at Barcelona for all those years. And every time I watch Como clips this season, they look good. Even in the games they've lost, they've played some really attractive stuff. So obviously this was never going to be his last stop. It's his first job as a coach anyway, so he's going somewhere soon. I don't know where. I do hope it's not Old Trafford though. I'm not really, as much as I've cut my bait from Cesc, I'm not really ready for that crossing of the streams. Let's do Ruud van Nistelrooy first, then maybe Kieran McKenna, then maybe Fabregas. It can't happen right away. That would hurt my feelings. I'll be honest with you. I'm not ready for that.
Well, guess what, nigga? Fuck your feelings. Let's go over PSG beat Rennes 3-1. Our boy, our very own babyface Ray, Bradley Barcola, and Lee Kangin, they did their thing. And Calumendo had a penalty. But yeah, PSG are cooking, man.
Like, I have a friend that really just doesn't rate them, right? And I think he might have watched half a game of them this season. But look, man, PSG are good. They're a good side. Well, and they're much more balanced. Huh?
Can't you just tell him this in the group chat? Like, why are you talking to your friend from the podcast?
Oh no. I'm just obviously like expressing my thoughts on them in general. But one of the things that they are doing well, I don't really care too tough about their defense, because while they're playing Beraldo, they'll never ever be fully serious. Like, I just think he's just, no, for real, he's just not it. Like, I'm sorry, he just isn't. I don't care if he's 21. You can see when a centre back is going to be good or not. Like, you can actually see in general, just from their body language and shit. He doesn't even look like a killer. That's the worst thing about it.
He's too small.
Yeah, he doesn't even look like a killer.
He don't look like a centre back. He looks like a fullback.
So he might have a good career playing in a 3, but in a 2, forget about it. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
He plays left back for PSG.
They play centre back as well.
Yeah, he plays left, but their 2 is Marquinhos and Pacho.
Pacho, yeah.
Yeah, but he gets minutes at centre back as well. But in general, their attack to me is the most. It's probably arguably my favorite in Europe. I'd say overall. I think it's just, even though they've got Rwanda, Congo, Malawi there, you still got Barcola, you still got Dembele, you still got Lee Kang in. Like, it's a very, very fun and fluid attack. And Barcola's 2 goals yesterday were just stupid. Yeah. And he hit the post as well. And then I think it was it Kangin that scored the rebound? Yeah.
All I know is that I'm on your friend's side on this one. Like, I'm just, again, they got to do it in Europe, and they'll be at the Emirates this week, so we'll see just how good they are when they play against a real team that's not, made out of fucking croissants or whatever the fuck they got in Liga.
They also brought up a kid that was born in 2008, Ibrahim Mbaye, 16 years old. So they just spawning talents in France, man. They just random, the West Africans, North Africans.
I think it's a fact a lot of people don't actually realize with PSG, because they've got the entire catchment area of Paris. There's no other club in Paris for academy candidates to go to. If you're good, really good, you'll go to Paris Saint-Germain in Paris. That's just it. You won't. There's no competition there. So they have eyes in all of the suburbs and everything there, and they don't have to worry about any competition, because kids at a young age aren't going to move to another city. Do you know what I mean? If they're good, they're going to stay in Paris and be in the academy. So they've got the best of the best of the best of the best there. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me that they've got someone in 08 that's making a match day squad now.
Auxerre beat our boys Brest 3-0. So unfortunately they lost to Auxerre, but it might be Champions League hangover.
I mean, they beat the Fever last weekend. And, I don't know what. Maybe they're just not that good.
Maybe they're a bit deflated.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sometimes you take your implants out because they might be poisoning your bloodstream. Shit like that happens sometimes.
And also, the older you get, sometimes your breast sags.
Yeah, and they're getting more experience. So hopefully they perk up in time for the Champions League this week.
Yeah. So that's enough titty jokes. Monaco 2.
I wasn't joking. I was dead ass, nigga. None of that was. I was serious about every titty joke we just cracked. Okay. Shit. I said joke. My bad. Carry on, my friend.
Monaco to Montpellier 1. Folarin Balogun got the equalizer, and Lamine Camara got the late winner in the 8th minute of additional time. They came back from behind to beat Montpellier. So, Adolf Hutter is doing well over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. My favorite Adolf. Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Young Dolph, man. R.I.P. Young Dolph.
Yeah. Memphis. Le Havre 0 and Lille 3. This is for coach. I'm not talking about this. Go ahead. In fact, I'm about to mute myself. Go ahead.
Well.
We don't care.
Wellity.
Like, people are listening to this, right?
You gotta let
I don't
wait
have time for this, okay?
You gotta let people wait
Carry
for
on,
it.
Fabrizio.
Can't jump in.
Fabrizio. Let's go.
No, for real though. Perfect hat trick from Jonathan David. Yeah, right foot, left foot header.
How can his header be part of a perfect hat trick when he has that haircut? What are you talking about?
The fuck.
The nigga has the same haircut as Jonathan Majors. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing about this nigga, man. I don't care how many hat tricks he scores. I will never rate him. And he's never leaving France. That nigga is stuck in France. He won't even get deported, my nigga.
And that's fine. And that's fine. But he's still the man. Like he's still, and the second goal. What I really like about the second goal was the reaction that he had for the deflected through ball, and he managed to just nick it over the goalkeeper. It's just such a good. It's a finish of a striker that knows the game, that knows the distances and shit. Man, he's a marksman. Like I just enjoy him.
Like if he keeps improving, he'll be as good as Lautaro someday.
Oh, for goodness sake! Yeah. For the record, if he was at Inter out instead of Thuram, they might make a dent in the Champions League. I'll be very real with you.
That I can agree on.
So yeah,
I don't want to say anything.
He might be at Inter next year. You never know.
Because apparently Inter needs a Negro striker every year.
But his hat-trick goal came from Zagova, who obviously was like the dribble leader in France last year. Top player, man. In Lille always have to have at least one absolute dribble master. It's part of the law.
I mean, their fucking academy is named after Eden Hazard. So
and an underrated aspect of Angel Gomez in general, and what he does is how powerful he is as a runner. Like Tosin, I know you saw him in the academy, but he'd be like 4'3", but he gets out. When he gets out and gets into his stride kind of thing, that he's so positive and so direct with his running, and I enjoy Angel Gomez as well, man. I really, really hope he comes back to the Premiership. I think he deserves to play like for a top club. Hopefully, Arsenal.
Yeah, so. Scrappy do is nice. Jonathan David became the third player to score 2 hat tricks in a row against the same opponent in League One in the 21st century.
Oh goddamn! Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I bet Mbappe never did that.
Still not impressed.
Strasbourg beat Marseille 1-0. There's nothing to add to that besides they beat them. So
yeah.
I have something to add to that. Leroy Rossini is the coach. So not even say Liam is the coach. And if anybody's heard this guy speak about football, you should be very excited about watching Strasbourg because he knows the fucking game, guys. He is one of the best English minds out there, like without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, keep an eye on him.
No, don't waste your time. He's black. He's not going anywhere in England. There are racist pricks over there just because they don't boo people at the stadiums. They pretend they're not, but they are. He's not getting a job in England. Don't waste your time.
I don't care about him getting a job in England. I'm just excited to see him on the continent.
That if you're planning to watch him, just keep watching Ligue 1. Keep it locked on McDonald's. He's not coming to England. not happening. Angel Gomez might make it, but Liam Rosiner is not making it to England. I'll tell you that much. For free.
There you go. Let's go over to Germany. Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen. This was a very interesting game because there was 2 goals that were just absolute bangers, and then it was just basically Bayern Munich tried to knock down the door for like 90 minutes, and they couldn't do it. So, Leverkusen ran out there with a point. But Elise, every time I watch him play, I'm just like, yo, you're so good at this sport. Him and Musiala, just dribbly ass niggas. That's all they are, and I love it so much.
Yeah, it was. This game was fascinating because it reminded me a bit of the the City Arsenal game from last weekend, and that obviously Arsenal had a reason to drop back into a block.
Mm-hmm.
But Leverkusen, I think Xabi pulled up and just kind of decided that with the way Bayern are playing right now and the number of ways they can hurt us,
Mm-hmm.
we're just not going to take a lot of risks. We're going to give them the ball and let them see if they can break us down.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did, it was with a shot from distance, which was an equalizer. So really, Bayern didn't really do enough. Like for me watching the game, I just kept thinking, okay, Michael Olise is great on the right side of the pitch, and so is Rafa Guerrero, but they're both left-footed. They both keep cutting in. There's not enough width. Musiala doesn't really make runs in behind. Harry Kane is dropping deep as well. So it made me question company's bona fides a little bit. I was like, I kind of feel as if the solutions to the problem you were facing were very obvious, and you didn't really change it until it was too late. And you could have gotten 3 points. I mean, one is not a disaster. These are their first drop points of the season, but I kind of expected more from Company because he has more tools than Alonso, even if those guys are defending champions.
Yeah, just to add on that, though, there was quite a few instances with Kimmich where he's got the ball in the middle of the pitch and found really interesting passes between the lines. And Bayern, more than anything, despite them dominating possession and dominating territory, Bayern's final action yesterday was really sloppy. Like, bottom line, it was really, really sloppy, which is strange. That's one of the things. They're one of the teams in Europe, regardless of who the personnel is, they get that shit right all the time. So it was a little bit weird to see that they weren't punishing Leverkusen, because normally when Bayern get in those situations, they are the most lethal team, like by far.
Yeah, so, I'll give them the credit for that, Coach.
Yeah.
They definitely got into those nearly situations more than say City did against Arsenal.
Yeah,
they just were messing up the final action, like you said.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think if you could give Company this game to manage over again, he would make different decisions. He would have been more aggressive with his substitutions.
Yeah, for sure.
Or just moving people around, really. Because again, when the space is congested, you just need more width, and when there are no runs in behind, you just need a different profile to make those runs. And that's not to say you have to remove Musiala. You can just give him a different role for the day type shit. So I was a little disappointed there, but I'm nitpicking at this point. These are two great managers with the two best teams in Germany. And this was the kind of game you're supposed to get from these kind of teams at this time of the season. So no real complaints here, but expected a little bit more.
Yeah, we're going to speed through some of these games because there's something I want to add about these next games, and we could talk about them after. There's a lot of Bundesliga matches this weekend. There's a lot of scoring, a lot of no defending, and tell you guys about those games. Hoffenheim, Bremen, that was 3-4. That was 4-3 Bremen. Hosting Kiel, 4-2 Frankfurt. Frankfurt beat them. Dortmund and Bochum was 4-2. Bochum was up 2-0. Dortmund ended up scoring 4 goals. And then Leipzig beat the shit out of Augsburg 4-0. And basically, I'm saying it's like in this league, everyone just wants to score and nobody wants to defend. And we love the Bundesliga for that because that's just what they do.
I don't. I'm an Arsenal fan. We like clean sheets. Okay, this is disgraceful. Like I be watching this shit. Like, man, these niggas ain't shit, man. Like, how am I supposed to know how good players are when everyone plays a high line? I don't understand this league, man. It's crazy, man. But hey, I'm just happy that I've decided that our boy for this season is Omar Mamouche. And he contributed. He had 4 goal contributions. Now, granted, Hosan Kiel is a lotion that's at the bottom of the league, but 4 goal contributions against any team is impressive. I don't care. 2 goals, 2 assists. Hell yeah, we're doing this Egypt shit until we find a new Mo Salah or some shit. I don't know, but yeah, shout out Germany.
Coach, you got anything you want to add about the Bundesliga games we saw this weekend?
Yeah, just Guirassy, man. I think Guirassy is absolutely fantastic, and he's the reason why they won that game. There's no, like, he could have had a hat trick because he won the penalty as well, but he left with a brace. But when you talk about putting a team on your back and actually pulling them over the line, that was all Guirassy. That fantastic performance from him, man.
Before we move on for Germany, I got a question for you too. How do you guys rate Seb Hones, Stuttgart's manager?
I don't know. Maybe the third or fourth best coach in the league.
I'd rate him as the second best coach until further notice.
What you think he's better than? Actually, not Company.
I mean, what has Company done? Nothing yet, really. He just has better players. That's all it is. And I guess it's Marco Rosa. Who else we ranking up there with him in the Bundesliga?
Alonso is obviously. So.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, he's a good coach. I think he's going places. His final stop is not in Germany, put it that way. And if it is, it's at Bayern,
where his uncle is.
Mm.
Yeah. So
holy shit, Uli Hoeneß hasn't said anything stupid in like 3 months. I forgot that Uli Hoeneß was even alive. That's so great. He must be slowing down. What the hell? Good for him, man. He be talking so much shit. So much shit. Oh, Bayern is winning. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
There was one more thing before we leave Germany. Mine's lost, guys.
Who?
What that got to do with me?
Well, we need them relegated, that's for sure. Are we forgetting what they did to oh my gosh.
No, we didn't forget, coach. Yeah. We didn't forget. We're just waiting for the party. We're waiting for the party because last season we got excited. And
it was so close, wasn't it?
It was so close in the escape relegation. So I ain't gonna talk no shit this year, but yeah. It may. We will be there. We will be there.
What did Booker T say again? We coming for you, nigga.
We absolutely are.
Over in the Premier League, Newcastle won, Man City won. Damn, no Rodri, no party. But I don't give a fuck. That's between them and God.
Yeah, man.
Not my business.
Yeah, but let's from a strictly academic standpoint, how do you think old Mega Brain figures out his midfield without Rodri? Like, what do you think is his starting? Sort of like I'm playing against the Martians or I'm playing against Arsenal again. Who is he putting in that midfield? And what do you think he does and what would you do based on what he has?
So are we talking with KDB missing us? Because KDB is not back until like late October apparently. So
just go, let's assume everybody else is healthy.
Okay, cool. So he's going KDB, he's going Gundogan, and he's going Kovacic. Yeah. That's what he's doing.
So Bernardo in the front line then?
Bernardo in the front line, yeah. Because every time that they have to essentially play without Rodri, Bernardo will end up in the front line for a whole host of reasons. But one of the main reasons is because of how hard he works off the ball. He's essentially an extra defender out of possession. But then they know when he gets the ball, it's always sticking. He's winning fouls. He's combining kind of thing. And with Rodri kind of gives you that security blanket of not only just, being great off the ball kind of thing, but he can go direct. And I feel like without him, they kind of have to adjust how they attack. Forget about the defending shit, but how they actually attack is how City defend most of the time. They want to keep the ball for as long as possible. Without Rodri, they have to find other options. And playing with Savio and what's the other guy, the dribbling little nigga, Doku kind of thing. You're gonna have Kovacic and Gundogan doing doggies most of the day. So yeah, I think it makes sense for them to play that way.
Gundogan looked old this weekend.
I'm telling you, man.
To be fair, almost anybody would look old if Joe Linton is fucking body slamming them through a 90-minute game. Like Joe Linton had that nigga in jail. It was crazy, bro. Yeah. Like Joe Linton was a terrible field striker, and this dude is legitimately one of the best midfielders in England right now. It's scary. It's scary. I don't like this. Eddie Howe, I respect you. Jason Tindall, coach.
Fuck Jason Tindall.
Okay, there we go.
Then we can move on. Brentford won, West Ham won. Brentford scored again in the first minute for the third game in a row, and Souček equalized, and that was really it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have a lot of respect for the people that run Premier League teams. Like, if a team does something 2 weeks in a row and you're the next team up against them, surely the first thing you're telling your players is like, just keep it tight for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas couldn't even do that, Then Thomas Souček, I want to say I respect you, but not really, because it's a bit like Chris Brown and dancing. Like Chris Brown, 6'3", and that nigga be doing backflips on stage. It's like, nigga, you 6'3", you don't got to do all that. Like, the hoes flocking regardless, my nigga. Just stand on your feet like a man. Thomas Souček scores goals, then twirls around like a girl in the fucking schoolyard. I don't get that as a celebration for a 6'3" Czech man. He needs to stop that shit. It was really upsetting me this weekend, man. Really upsetting. I didn't like that shit.
if Thomas Tuchel wasn't a what's it called? If he wasn't a footballer, he'd be an extra in the Guy Ritchie movie as the henchman.
I think that's facts still.
He do
Absolute
got
fact.
the face. He do got the face.
I could see him right now in Rock and Roller in the.
I literally was about
apartment
to say, like, that's why
Yeah.
Rock and Roller 2 hasn't been made, because Thomas
Yeah.
Tuchel isn't ready.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah, it's facts. Yeah,
Chelsea 4, Brighton 2. Again, some real Bundesliga ass shit, because I was watching Brighton's highlight and I was like, what the freak are you guys doing? Like, does no one want to defend today? Like, what is happening here? Cole Palmer scored 4 goals, and everybody decided to come into my mentions over the weekend asking me, do I still think Saka's better? Yes, he's black. So leave me alone. He has.
Wait. Weirdos are asking you.
Yeah, they're asking me because I said Saka's the best, and they were like, "Oh," and I was like, "Look, Bukayo Saka is from the same place as me. Okay, I'm never gonna bet against my own. First of all, second of all, he's better than him. So leave me alone."
So I'm gonna count. Well, I want to watch the 30-second mark. I want to try to wrap this up in 30 seconds. Cole Palmer is very much a forward/second striker, right? The reason why he's flourishing right now is because he has 2 wingers that complement him. Wingers, right? Madueke obviously is a powerful runner, good with the ball, and he has Jadon Sancho, who likes to come in field and combine, right? So what does that allow Cole Palmer to do? Run in behind. You don't score as many goals as Cole Palmer does if you're not making runs into the penalty box, because especially with the centre of the pitch, go check his heat map. You'll see how much he spends, how much time he spends in the box, right? So from that perspective, you cannot compare him to Saka anyway. That's where I'm leaving it at, right? We can go into as much detail as you want. If anybody wants to debate me, I've got bars for days, but we'll leave it at that. Thank you. That wasn't 30 seconds, but I think I did okay.
Yeah, you did. Good job. Good job. Deen, is Cole Palmer a top 5 Premier League player right now?
Well, shit. The coach should have answered that one, because if it's right now, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anybody that scores 4 goals in one half gets my undying respect. You know, like, he's just special. It's a shame that we have to compare all these bad bitches to each other, because you know, he's up there. He's really up there. He's the highest compliment I can give any footballer in the Premier League is I would take them at Arsenal.
Oh yeah,
I would take Cole Palmer at Arsenal. You know, and that's the biggest respect I can pay him. And yes, he's probably top 5 right now.
Yeah, this is too much time to talk about Chelsea. Let's move on. Everton finally got a win.
Yeah.
Jared Braithwaite comes back, and look at that. They know how to defend. Look at that. Wow. What a wow.
Did Michael Keane play? Because I only saw highlights of this one.
I don't think he played. No, it was Tarkowski and Braithwaite.
See, we called it, lads. The second he got that fucker out the team, 3 points.
Yep.
Shittest defender I've ever seen in my life, bro. But that McNeil goal, the first one, talk about a ball staying hit.
I told y'all niggas, man, that boy is good, man. He's probably a little bit better than Everton. I'm not saying he's a top 6 player or anything like that, but he's a very good player. Like, he can do a job at a lot of places.
You know, academy he was developed at?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. The one academy that some bald guy doesn't use too much. Anyways, yeah, they got their first win. What's wrong with Crystal Palace, though? Would you guys think there's...
Yeah, coach, what's the problem? What's the problem with Crystal Palace? I don't understand. They were supposed to be good.
Glasner is way too negative. Like, he panics. That's what he does. He panics. And the team ends up being destroying because he hasn't got any players to play the out ball when things are going his way, and then he doesn't leave enough attackers on the pitch. Like, that's it. Like, he's just he panics. It's that simple.
That's disappointing. It's just hard not to root for Palace. One, they have arguably the coolest name in sports, and 2, they're a very, very easy ticket to get when you can't watch an Arsenal game in London. So I'm always rooting for Palace. Eddie had moments in this game because obviously, you know, that's a big reason for Arsenal fans to pay attention to Crystal Palace this season. And I think they might have something good happen for them when they sort of center him in their attacking plan. Because if I can't blame the absence of Michael Olise for everything that's going on there at the moment, but I can say that I think Eddie might be a better footballer than Jean-Philippe Mateta. You know, maybe he just needs to tuck his shirt in to get a starter in the middle. Like, I don't know. Or shave his head or some shit. I don't fucking know. Whatever Glasner likes. Pause.
Nottingham Forest lost to Fulham 1-0. Raul Jimenez scored a penalty. Lawrence Fishburne was upset. Larry Fishburne, according to Cameron, was upset.
That's one of the funniest gags ever. Like, I don't even know what it is, but it's just
Fuck,
Larry.
fuck you, nigga. Your name Larry.
Oh,
Yeah. Speaking of Fishburne, his former team Wolves lost to Liverpool 2-1. Gravenberch might be the best midfielder in the Premier League so far this season. What do you guys think?
He's looking like the player that I thought he was when he left Ajax, basically. And it didn't work out for him at Bayern, obviously. But I always looked at him and thought, this is a stupidly talented player. Like, immensely talented, and he was quiet for like the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. It was all quiet, and then now he's come back. It's like, oh shit, this is who I thought he was. Maybe the style even is not. I didn't think he'd be the deepest midfielder, but
yeah,
maybe,
that's sort of where I mean, not to question you too much on what you've said, but I'm like, honestly, when he left Ajax, I didn't know. I knew he was talented. I just didn't know what kind of midfielder he was going to be. So him ending up as the deepest midfielder for Liverpool in a summer where they were trying to go for Zubimendi it's still kind of blowing my mind, but he's been really good this season. Like, I can't even front. Like, I mean, there are people they paid way more money for there that are not doing nearly as much. The fucking the model, what's his name? Zobo. What the fuck is that nigga, man? I thought he was like good at shooting at least. He don't do nothing. He just run. That's it.
He's Hungarian.
Yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, if Arne Slot is who I think he is, he'll be the first casualty of their midfield, because for real, like, I think he's playing him out of pure necessity of the fact that he's got good ball striking. He clearly listens to instructions, kind of thing, and that ball striking will help them make a difference one way or the other, kind of thing. But I genuinely think Arne Slot is probably just looking at him thinking, he hasn't done anything for him to come at the team just yet. If he does keep him in the team, then maybe Arne Slot isn't the guy I think he is. Like, genuinely, I really think they can do so much better than him.
Yeah, I think Curtis Jones will snatch that chain pretty soon.
He better, like, he actually better, or else he can't claim Nigeria. It's that simple.
Schnobersley is just there just to take pictures for his Instagram. That's all he's there for.
Hey man, that's why Arsenal bought Calafiori. Except he's actually good at football too. My bad.
Yeah. It switched to Villa 2. I'm gonna take this one because I was watching this one in the gym, and I was so goddamn impressed with Kieran McKenna's team. Like, they didn't panic or buckle when they went down 2-1. They didn't panic at all. And Liam Delap, I love stepovers, man. I love a step over that sends a defender to go get food. And he hit him with step overs and scored a good finish. So, Rory, your genes produced an actual good football player. You throw in Merchant. Go ahead, coach.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I really wanted to shit on Stoke. What league are they in, by the way? Like,
they're in the Championship.
Are you sure in the Championship? Wasn't they in the League One one year? Anyway, I really, really hope they're going to administration. Fuck them.
They're actually 20th in the Championship.
Oh, so they are going into League One. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So, yeah, you deserve to die, and I hope you burn in hell. But yeah, in regards to what I saw today from Villa and Ipswich, listen, Emi Martinez is good for a mistake every other game match week. He legit is, and it makes me laugh that people rate this guy so highly, because how can you rate someone so highly where you know you're getting a mistake out of him? You can point, like, if you look at the last 50 goalkeeping mistakes in the league, right, regardless of who the team is, you're gonna see Emi Martinez there quite a lot. I don't know.
You know why they rate him. You know why. It's two factors. It's he left Arsenal, we can banter them. That's one. And two, he won the World Cup with Messi, blah 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 blah. Made a dick out of a trophy. Yay, shithouse. Yay, banter. Like, he's just a taller fucking moped that gets to play every week. That's all. He's a good goalkeeper, but he's not as good as people rate
nowhere
him at
near,
all.
man. He doesn't inspire confidence in me. So, like, shot stopping should be his thing, especially as a South American. I feel like that's like, genuinely
bread and butter for those guys.
Do you know what I mean? And he lets a lot of shit through, man. Like, let's be honest about this. Like, he lets a lot of shit through. So he made a fantastic stay from Calvin Phillips. I have to admit that was out of this world, I think. But yeah, in general, Go on.
Oh, so now we're giving keepers credit for saving shots from fat people. Okay, I see how. Let me out this pod, man. I'm done with the pod today, man. Like, I'm done with it.
By the way, that's a great transition because we're still talking about Stoke. And guess what Stoke has? They have a player called Burger.
No way.
Right-handed guy.
I definitely hope they get relegated now for sure, man. Fuck all of that, man.
Oh man.
Speaking of
relegated and delicious.
Speaking of relegation, Man United lost 3-0 to Tottenham. The Man United podcast is out right now. You know what's the funniest thing about this game? The only thing I kept thinking about this was just everything Deen said about Tottenham when Arsenal was playing them, right? And you'll hear this on the United podcast because there's a lot of Arsenal comparisons that I made on that podcast. But one of the things I said is that Ange wants to play basketball. You know that's what he wants to do. You know that this man doesn't give a fuck about defending. Yet and still you open up Jansch in the midfield and you got danced on. And it happened again. This isn't the first or the second time this happened. This is a weekly thing. Second of all, I knew Eric Ten Hag was a cooked product. You remember last year when United beat Sheffield United 2-1, right? Do you guys remember that in October of last year?
Was it Sheffield? Was that a League Cup game?
No,
it was a league game. It was a league game. Yeah.
Dalot scored in the 77th. Yeah. So the reason why I brought that up is because I remember when we struggled against them 2-1. And I'll never forget when Arsenal beat them March 4th, 6-0. I remember that because I was on vacation and I watched that game and I was like, oh, our coach can't coach shit. I was like, oh, this nigga terrible. He bald, has no swag. He can't dress. He wears ugly hat.
Whack.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, you were just there's nothing positive about you.
So I guess watching the game today before the ref made that ridiculously harsh call on Bruno Fernandes. I mean, we're no fans of Bruno here, but it was such a silly ass red card.
Yeah,
I'm glad
from Bruno.
I'm glad it happened because now we don't get to see Bruno for 3 games. Mashallah. God works mysterious ways.
That's crazy that you're going to miss games for that challenge. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
Should have been missing games anyway.
Fair. But I just kept thinking the whole time, like, I remember the first half away at Crystal Palace. Why aren't we replicating something like that? Let's just do that all the time until we don't suck anymore. Then we can try some new shit on the side. But that's not what I saw today, I don't think. I don't like what I saw today. I remember one good chance, the one that that Manu created for Xerxes. And short of that, like, there was just no intensity. Like, I don't even think the tactical setup today was bad. There was just no intensity. It was like people were asleep in their own stadium. It was, if I was a United fan, that would have been very frustrating to watch. But you guys should be used to it by now. Like, y'all been stinking for a minute.
Speaking of a United fan, shout out to Simo who attended his first ever Man United game today.
Up your ass, Simo.
no, listen. I'm wearing this kufi, right, today in respect to him because he got it for me again, right? So yeah, shout out to him because obviously we spoke about this like months in advance. He was like, yeah, I'm coming. It was like Tottenham. I didn't want to say anything like they're probably going to beat you, but you know, I'm not here to to rain anyone's parade, but it is what it is.
I am.
but yeah, like shout out to him anyway for obviously making the trip. I think he was in Madrid the other day as well, actually, if I remember correctly.
Hey Simo, man, I hope you got a fucking discount on the plane ticket or something, man. Because that was nasty, and it was raining too. Oh my god, you bro, just steal something so they deport you, my nigga. Like save some money on your return flight.
But yeah, United in general, I won't lie to you. It's not, to me, today isn't really more about United because there's nothing you can tell me about Ten Hag and how he sets the team that I will think. It's just Tottenham. It's very disheartening to think that Tottenham probably saw today and thought, yeah, easy 3 points. Tottenham shouldn't be thinking that about anyone because it's fucking Tottenham, right? And that's the problem. Like, Tottenham are to me, because of Ange, they're a very easy team to not only stop, to also kind of just nullify. Like, actually, you can stop them, but then actually completely shut them down. And you've done this without Son as well. And if Ten Hag can't find a way to stop a team like Tottenham, Tottenham have got some good players, some good athletic players, whatever else kind of thing. But they've got gaps probably as big as United's kind of thing. It's just that Tottenham are a much better football team with the football. but they aren't that good. You know what I'm saying? They aren't that good where they should be walking up to Old Trafford and be like, oh yeah, easy. Like Brennan Johnson's talking shit, calling your captain stupid. Like Brennan fucking Johnson, guys. Are we taking the piss?
Listen, man. Listen. The truth don't care who tell it.
No, but for real,
Bruno is stupid. He is a stupid motherfucker. That's why shit like this happens to him. Like
but it's Brennan Johnson, guys.
It don't matter, bro. Listen, it's not about the messenger, it's the message. Anyways, let me quickly finish up before we go to Arsenal. You Man United fans that go to games every week and call yourselves the top Reds and all these other shit because you go to the games, think you're better than somebody else. I don't give a fuck if you go to Old Trafford, you have season tickets or not. You're dumb, okay? I'm sorry I have to get this off my chest. I'm sorry. I didn't say this on the podcast, but I have to say this. You're not better than anybody. You're not better than anybody because you go to the games every week. You don't know shit. You're the reason why this guy's the reason why this guy's still in charge, okay? All of you guys. And finally, you guys who want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back, I hate you more than you can fucking believe.
Why you say fuck me for?
I'm sorry. I had to get this off my chest. It was pissing me off. Shut the fuck up. Go watch more football outside of United. There's so many talented managers in this world. Go shut up. Anyways, Arsenal. Sorry, that wasn't passionate on me. I usually don't act that way, but I had to today.
No,
Arsenal
cool.
beat Leicester. Arsenal beat Leicester 4-2. I was impressed with Arsenal. I'm not sure how you guys felt. The Arsenal edition of the podcast is out now. Go please listen to that. James Justin decided to turn into fucking Mike Connor. I don't know who he turned into, scoring them 2 goals, but Leicester ain't that good. They haven't Didi playing the 10. But Arsenal decided, you know what? We're better than you, and they scored, and they showed it. So shout out to Trossard for doing his best raccoon impersonation. Arsenal did their thing. Calafiori is a man amongst men. He's handsome, and he can still play football. So, fellas, it's your floor. Go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, I had a little intro on the pod, but obviously I wasn't on the pod for obvious reasons. But look, there's messages in everything in football. There's even a message that Ten Hag sent today, believe it or not, basically, but the message wasn't positive. But everything that you do in football will translate to someone somewhere, kind of thing, and who it's meant for will receive it one way or the other. And the amount of talk this week about Arsenal's approach to this, that, and the other, despite us scoring fuck tons of goals last year, especially in the second half where the pressure's on even more, kind of thing. And now the narrative has changed to Arsenal being this negative team and this and other. It points to a couple of things, but the main thing is that people are scared. That's just it. Whatever conclusion you want to come to, people are scared. And people are like, oh, you're so deluded. Oh, yeah, you think it's not that. Who else, and be honest, who else in this league looks competent enough to actually challenge Man City? Who else in this league has the skin in the game for at least the last 2 years to actually say, yeah, we're not going to roll over for City, right? That's
not Man United.
That's the first thing. So if you look at the evidence here, right? But then you look at the performance yesterday, talking all of that shit, and Arsenal from the players came out the tunnel yesterday and they couldn't wait for the game to start. And the game started, and then we put up our highest XG of all time in the Premier League. Like, I don't care if it's Leicester or not. There's a clear message there. Like, you guys forgot who we were. We scored 4 goals yesterday, and it could have been 10. Like, the save from Havertz, where Havertz has knocked it around himself and then volleyed it, I personally felt physically sick. Like, I was gagging because, like, how could that not go in? Like, pause.
This nigga was gagging.
How could that not actually go in, like, Dean? But
it's crazy.
There is an actual message. I know Arteta told the players, guys, let's score as many as we can today. It's just the goalkeeper, unfortunately, had a great game. And you get
man. Hey, shout out to him, man. If you have a great game and concede 4, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Fuck Denmark. Fuck everybody. I was gonna fuck. That nigga pissed me off so bad. He just made that shit stressful for no fucking reason. We were always gonna win that game. Fucking bum. Good goalkeeper, though. Really good goalkeeper. He should be Chelsea's goalkeeper, but for some reason they cheaped out on him and bought like 12 other motherfuckers for like half the price. But that's Chelsea. But yeah, up the Arsenal. We're winning the league, guys. We're winning the league. I feel it in my bones.
That was real impassionate. I love the passion on this podcast, man. Everyone is coming with the heat. Champions League. We have Leverkusen hosting Milan. We have Arsenal hosting PSG. We have Benfica versus Atleti. We have Leipzig versus Juventus and Aston Villa versus Bayern. That is the Champions League games that we decided you guys should watch this week. And if you're also into BDSM and you like to be choked, there's Europa League. And if you're always into hot wax in your chest, there's also Conference League. That's not our portion, but if you're into that sort of stuff, I'll be watching my team lose to Porto. But yeah.
Yeah, we don't keep shame. Real quick before we get out of here, we had you guys answer a couple questions, and a bunch of you got the questions right. Some of you were funny. Most of you were maybe about half as funny as Tosin on a Tuesday, which is to say you were not funny. Especially you with the Millwall jokes. You know, we don't like that shit.
Yeah, Millwall.
But, you know, I respect the banter. That said, here are our winners from a random draw that we did before we started taping today. Our winner is Sarah Schneiderman. In second place, we have King of Leon. And in third place, we have William Van Buren. I hope I said that right. But if you heard your name, you know where to find us. Hit us up. Give us the address. We'll send you something nice. The rest of you, we might send you some shit at random. Those of you that did get it right. Those that didn't get it right, try again next time. There'll be another quiz soon, I promise. We just got to ship out this shit first, then there'll be another quiz, I promise.
There was one person actually that for some reason decided to ignore the final question. So you missed out because you got the first two right and you just completely ignored the other one for some reason. So yeah.
It happens in schools all the time. You know, like people don't read the instructions, they answer the questions, they lose points on the exam. It happens, you know.
It's called Eric Ten Hag.
This nigga really hates him. Goddamn.
Pissing me off.
Oh man, these niggas said eras end. They want Eric out of there.
Not even errors. He's not even errors with an A. It's errors with an OR. That's what he is. A big ass mistake. Anyways, fellas, y'all got anything to add before we head out of here?
Yes, I so want to see Ruud van Nistelrooy on the United bench. I just need that from my own edification. I want him to take the job, and I want him to fail even harder than Eric did.
Here's the difference, though. Ruud is actually handsome and actually can speak English.
Hey, man, you know what? You can shout out all the charisma you want. Shit is bad at the club, man. It's not well. You know what? I do think a basic ass competent manager can make United way better than they've been. Like,
bro,
like it's not as bad as it looks. Like I'm not saying they're close to winning something, but it's not that bad. They just need a better coach.
That's literally what I'm saying. It's like this team. Oh my god, we're about to have another rant. This team is just. It is stupid. Like I'm watching this shit. Like, yo, coach your fucking team. That's all I want you to do. But anyways,
you might as well ask him to grow some fucking hair.
It's not gonna happen. All right. We're out. This has gone on too long. I'm about to get pissed. Ladies and gentlemen, from myself, Tosin, Coach, and Deen, I'm never going to get rant like this again. I'm tired. We're out. Everyone take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Take your shirt off.